Both have the words Banana and Man in their name. Both were gifted with extraordinary powers. And both have the will to protect what they love from the darkness of evil. However, if the two heroes were to battle face to face, who would come out victorious? Would it be Barry Simpson, an intelligent secret agent turned superhero, or Eric Wimp/Eric Twinge, a schoolboy with the gift of turning into a super strong crime fighter by only eating a banana? For Barry Simpson's Bananaman, we will be using the current version of Bananaman, that being post the Bananaman 2 the Prelude. And for Eric Wimp's Bananaman, we will be using the Bananaman cartoon series adaptation rather than the comics version. Perhaps I'll make a video later on using the comic book version. Also, we will be calling the Bananamen by their real names so as to not create confusion. Before getting into the fight, we'll have to first analyze and learn both Barry Simpson's and Eric Wimp's weapons and abilities in order to find who could really win in a fight to the death.
Man, there must be something to do. As a mutant mercenary, I have to do something.
Before becoming a superpowered hero, Barry Simpson was an ordinary human who was in a secret organization known as the OL, the Organization of Agents. Looking back now, that is a pretty generic name that I came up with. If only there was a way to fix that. Barry Simpson handled many missions involving espionage and sabotage in many territories. One day, he and his partner, Walter Red, would be given a mission to take down a European warlord named Ironside, who had created an experimental serum and become very powerful. Upon taking down Ironside's also experimented son, the organization would create a copy of the serum from his son and give it to their chosen individuals for testing. Barry Simpson was one of those individuals. Barry had taken the serum and miraculously transformed into the powerful and mighty Bananaman. His life from then on would never be the same again, dealing with his secret evil partner, multiple serum-powered individuals, and even an interdimensional evil doppelganger bent on complete domination. Through all of this, Barry has raging determination to win, and on many occasions perseveres to come out on top and protect everything he loves from the evil, sinister forces that threaten them. A while after taking the serum, his powers would begin to activate, but in either uncontrollable spurts or in weak form. It wasn't until the Bananaman Season 3 that Barry would finally learn from his old enemy Ironside how his powers truly work. The way his powers work all really on what's going on in the head. Strong mental stability and concentration increase power output, and weak mental stability and fear decrease or even stop power output altogether. As for how long he can use his powers, Barry can use his powers continuously, meaning non-stop use for approximately 6 hours before collapsing from exhaustion. For example, throughout the majority of the Bananaman Season 2, Barry fought against many individuals such as Fred, Chick, and Juan over the course of a single day. That's enough about how his powers work. Now let's see what Barry Simpson is capable of. Bananaman's powers as of now have 3 stages: normal energy mode, blue aura mode, and golden energy mode. Normal energy mode is just as it sounds. This mode is always active and ready to use. In this mode, Bananaman already has various moves at his disposal. He's got his classic energy laser attack. He can cause immense pain by focusing his energy on his finger and poking someone, and he can even manipulate objects with his energy. In this mode, damage output to civilians can range from medium to high, while damage output to superhumans such as Ironside and Walter is low to medium. This mode, Barry has enhanced durability, however explosions can still knock him out, and also feint and jump. Barry also has the ability to share his powers with many others. Although he will be weaker since he won't have much power, Barry is already pretty powerful in this state, but he can go further. Introducing Blue Aura Mode. This special mode gives Barry incredible new abilities whilst enhancing previous ones. In this mode, Barry can pre-charge, blast, make, and break energy shields. and even disintegrate objects. When in this mode, he has access to two new levels of power: high-level techniques and extreme-level techniques. High-level techniques are moves that require a lot of Barry's energy to perform. Such moves include temporary levitation, energy explosions, and his most dangerous and deadly move, dominating energy, where he poses and releases a ton of energy in the direction he's facing. However, what makes this move so deadly is that using this move shaves off years from your own life in the process. Barry only used this move for a couple of seconds and lost 17 years. Moving on from that, we have extreme level techniques. These work just like high level techniques, except the abilities are much more overpowered. This set of moves includes the ability to reflect attacks and remove the power of others. What makes the mode so special though is that it only activates when Barry is in critical condition. For example, this mode first awakened in the first movie, during Barry and Walter's battle on the moon. This mode initially appeared yellow due to it being the first time he used the power in the series. In this mode, the damage output to civilians is high, and the damage output to superhumans is medium-high. All with that, Barry also got super enhanced durability as well as enhanced speed. These are already powerful attacks Barry has in his arsenal, but can he get even stronger? Lastly, introducing Golden Energy Mode, Barry's most recent stage of power. This mode is unlike anything we've ever seen. This power was created when Barry received a banana serum with Memordescence and was specifically created by the Memords. This is much different from what happened with Ironside. Ironside had a man-made banana serum and Memordescence given to him. In Barry's case, he was given Memordescence in Season 3, and a Memord created serum in the second movie, making Ironside's version weaker than Barry's. This power has barely been introduced and there are more abilities to be seen, but for the sake of a fair fight, we'll limit this power to what is known. Abilities in this mode consist of an ultra-enhanced yellow energy attack, supernatural strength, and all previous abilities are on top. In this mode, damage output to civilians is extreme, and damage output to superhumans is high. As for weaknesses, Barry has several. One such weakness is his family and friends. Having them hostage or damaged can throw him off balance and cause his powers to fail. However, this is risky as it may backfire and make Barry even more stronger and determined to win. As for Barry's biggest fear is that the world was to ever return to the same state that it was in Season 3. In Season 3, Barry witnessed so much destruction, death, and trauma that seeing those events repeated will definitely throw him off balance. Another one of Barry's weaknesses is the Anti-Bananaman, the mastermind of the destructive events of Season 3. Barry has a burning hatred for the Anti-Bananaman, so just mentioning his name alone may cause a disturbance in concentration. However, it is Barry's raging determination to win no matter what that lets him overcome his weaknesses. That burning desire to protect his world and loved ones from evil is what makes him continue going even in the darkest days.
Even if you kill me, there will always be those who will stand up to you and stop you. Mark my words.
This is 29 Acacia Road, and this is Eric, the schoolboy who leads an amazing double life. But when Eric eats a banana, an amazing transformation occurs. Eric is Banana Man, ever alert for the call to action.
Eric 1, a schoolboy with the ability to turn into a crime-fighting superhero by eating a banana. While the animated series doesn't provide an origin if we go back to comics, despite having several origins, this origin is referred to as the real one. Eric was rocketed to Earth from the moon as a baby, and gained his powers because the crescent moon resembles a banana. Whenever crime strikes, Bananaman is always ready to go fight. The way it works is whenever crime strikes, Chief O'Reilly contacts Eric, and Eric lets the Chief know that Bananaman is on the way. Eric then eats a banana and transforms transforms into Bananaman and flies to the chief's office to receive information on what's going on. After that, Bananaman goes to save the day and stop the evil door. Eric also has a large gallery of villains ranging from his arch-enemy General Blight, Dr. Gloom-Pullman, and aliens. With all these villains, how does Bananaman have a chance? Well, to handle this, Eric has a barrage of different powers and abilities. Here is some info about his powers. As we know, eating a banana turns him into Bananaman. However, Bananaman transforms back into his kid form, Eric, whenever he decides. Another thing is that bananas can further power up Eric, making him stronger and stronger. However, the bananas need to be perfect. Imperfect bananas will not make Eric transform into Bananaman. Now, what's probably going to be very important for this upcoming fight is that his powers have a time limit, meaning that his powers will eventually run out after a while. However, there is no cooldown. Eric can easily have another banana after losing his powers to regain it. Now for his actual powers. As mentioned previously, Bananaman has a large variety of unique powers. Some are classic superhero abilities like super strength, fight, super speed, and high durability, while others are quite different. For example, Bananaman can become a jackhammer, a very unique ability. Others include thermal fingers, and an gun that shoots lasers and banana peels to make his enemies slap. With these powers, Bananaman is able to accomplish several miraculous feats. He survived being squished. He survived a bone blast to the face. And he's even managed to break through titanium, although he was powered up by eating an extra banana provided by his sidekick Crow. Crow is Bananaman's pet Crow as well as his sidekick. Whenever Bananaman was in a pickle, Crow has always been there to get him out. With all these abilities, Bananaman seems quite unstoppable. But just like Barry, he has his own weaknesses. Unlike Barry, Eric's weaknesses aren't based on mental issues like trauma. One of Eric's weaknesses is his gullibility. Time and again, Bananaman is shown to be not the sharpest tool in the shed. He is stated to have the muscles of 20 men and the brains of 20 muscles. Another weakness is that he is vulnerable to the head. Throughout the cartoons, Bananaman takes many blows to the head, and that causes him to be out of it for a little. This one's obvious. But Bananaman can be injured in his human form, Eric. Got it out, Bananaman has a fear of spiders and is not good at climbing. But despite these weaknesses, Eric is always ever alert to the call to action and has always found a way to come out on top, defeating the likes of General Blight, Dr. Gloom the Heavy Mob, Zorn, and his Nerks army time and time again without failing.
That's right, fans, I've done it again. Now I must get back for supper.
And where have you been?
Out saving the world.
Now that we know the strengths, weaknesses, and abilities of both Barry Simpson's Bananaman and Eric Whip/Twing's Bananaman, we can now find out who would win in a fight between the two. What a battle! Barry Simpson, Bananaman, had a rough time going against Eric's Bananaman. However, it seems like Eric's downfall was the time limit on his powers. Had he not had a time limit, Barry would never survive. Sadly, Eric had literally no other option. He was backed into a corner with nowhere to run. He was also very tired from taking huge hits from Barry. Also, Barry's devastating, dominating move is way too much for Eric's Bananaman to handle. Therefore, he was destroyed instantaneously. However, as seen before, that move takes way too much energy and life force out of Barry, thus causing his collapse at the end of the fight. However, due to his altered body having both a Meme Lord made serum and Meme Lord essence, Barry would survive the encounter. In conclusion, if Barry Simpson, Bananaman, and Eric Wood/Twink Bananaman had a fight to the death, Barry Simpson would come out on top and be the victor. Who did you think was going to win? Did the person you supported win? Now down in the comments what you thought about the fight. Thank you for watching this video, and have a great day.